How you doing, cats and kittens? Welcome back to another bar rescue. Today we're going over to Fairways Golf and Grill for a wacky bar rescue. This one's wacky. In this episode, Jon helps bring a golf-themed establishment up to par by getting rid of its grime and reassessing the staff. And boy, is there some grime. There's so much grime, you might as well call it Rick. This was a very fun one, though. I have seen some of this episode in a reaction video I did that was like, it was like a best moments of bar rescue, so I saw like the opening bit with Phil throwing up, but other than that, this is all brand new to me. This episode is so weird, though. It's about this guy who bought a $40,000 golf simulator, put it into his bar, and thought that would attract a bunch of people, and then it ended up just being him drunk at his bar playing golf, so that didn't really work out. But to go back in the beginning, after working in finance for 10 years, Richard Jordan took a swing at the bar business.
Richard bought a $40,000 golf simulator.
What, the guy's never heard of playing Tiger Woods? Are you using like a Wii? Why spend $40,000 on that shit? Jesus Christ, dude.
We're better than the other sports bars because we offer the golf simulator.
I guess you do get cool points for having this golf simulator because that is kind of neat. You always see this in TV shows and you're like, oh, I'd love to have that in my house. But $40,000 for in your bar when you could simply play Tiger Woods, like I said.
First month, probably lost $10,000.
And then every day you look at that golf simulator and you're like, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't have spent nearly as much on that. And then also, motherfucker tried to add like bingo and other games to his bar to try to get more people. This guy will try anything.
G59.
Things did end up getting so bad for Richard, though, that he had to go back to his accounting job, which then meant his assistant Michelle was getting a lot more work.
I've been working in this business for 20 years.
And then apparently, too, Richard's friend Kevin is the chef here, and he's a big problem.
I don't want to do too much right now.
But I guess he doesn't clean up after himself, and he's just like an asshole there. So like no one really likes him, except for Richard. Richard's like the only person there that likes him.
The reason our food is excellent is because of Kevin.
We do end up learning, though, that Richard is $150,000 in debt. But hey, at least he has a golf simulator.
I have my house on the line. We had 2 months to figure this out.
So you know what that means? He called Jon Taffer.
Fairways Golf and Grill doesn't say bar.
Yeah, that's kind of a real problem. You really wanted to advertise that there's alcohol here. No one wants to come and play golf sober. You really want to advertise that.
Looks like a golf store, doesn't it?
And then for this episode, we have Steve Blovat, a professional health inspector, and he's coming along with Jon this time. And then Jon says the reason he has him here this episode is because he thinks this is the worst kitchen he's ever seen. And he's like, I need my health inspector friend to see this shit.
I think this might be the worst kitchen I've ever seen.
Somebody call Steve. He needs to fucking see this.
What owner makes their employees work in these conditions?
Well, unfortunately, I can name a few. May have worked at a few.
He's losing $7,000 a month.
And then for Recon tonight, we have Chef Brian Duffy and Phil Wills. That's actually pretty cool, them being Recon. I've never seen them be Recon. I've just seen them be like the guy in the chair next to Jon. So that's kind of fun.
I'm gonna have him order the entire menu.
Oh, that sounds like a really bad idea. And I guess that includes every single drink as well.
I ordered a series of drinks. Every bartender should know how to make it.
It's gonna be a minute.
Oh, fuck. Kevin's gonna be pissed. He doesn't want to cook one meal, let alone the entire menu.
This is ridiculous. This place sucks.
I get you, Kevin. I'd be just as mad. It's almost my time off, and I'm cooking the entire menu? What the fuck? Who's here? Is that Chef Brian Duffy?
And then one of everything else.
And then while Jon and Steve are watching Kevin prepare the food, they watch him go back and forth between meals, touching raw food and then normal food. Has no gloves on. He's not washing his hands. This guy's a fucking gross freak.
There's no separation from raw to cooked product, and they're putting that over food.
Yeah, not only is he not washing his hands, nothing in this kitchen has been washed either. So there's just all the utensils are gross. They have shit all over them. Their bowls are nasty. Ugh, you should not be eating here. And then meanwhile, Phil asks for a dark beer, and their keg ends up kicking.
And the keg is kicked.
And then, of course, that's the last keg they have. They have no more. And then we find out later on, actually, that this keg is supposed to be 86th because it's not very good. I'm pretty sure it's like 8 months old.
First thing that hit my tongue was a very, very hard metallic taste.
Oh, Phil, you shouldn't have drinking that.
That's bad.
My stomach started curdling.
Oh, boy, I know where this is heading. Oh, that burp was so gross. I feel like I smelt that through the screen. Oh, I hated that. Oh, I really don't like hearing that.
Hey, Michelle, do you have a bathroom? I think this might come up right now.
And then, of course, Phil rushes to the bathroom and starts vomiting, and you gotta hear all of it in its glory.
Oh my God, he threw up.
I think you got my voice sick.
And then now Jon gets all pissy because his boy's in there throwing up, you know, rightfully so, but it's still funny.
This guy should be shut the hell down.
So him and Steve have had enough, and they head into Fairways Golf and Grill.
I didn't take a half a step in this place, and I could smell the filth.
Oh, that's gross. How bad does this place smell?
It stinks.
Like you could smell it in the parking lot? Come on, guys.
You almost killed my frickin' mixologist.
To be fair, your freaking mixologist should have known better than to drink that beer. What What was he thinking?
Just puking my brains out.
Hey, I bet you feel a lot better. You feel like you could eat all this food now and drink the rest of your drinks? Maybe the rest is really good and the beer was the only bad part.
Go ahead, you let your customers drink it, drink it.
They do try to get Richard to take a sip, but he's having none of it. And then this is where we learn that the beer is supposed to be 86th, and they say that he told Michelle, but she says she doesn't know.
Supposed to be 86.
And that this is another health code violation for them. They have like a little counter up now in the corner, marking every single time.
You won't drink it, but he will.
Hey, Richard, if I was you, I would have drank it, then proved that fucking Phil was a bitch and that you could, like, take that. Come on, drink it, Richard, pussy.
Is it connected?
And then meanwhile, Chef Duffy is still going through his food. He brings up the mushrooms and sees that there's still dirt on them, so basically shit is on their mushrooms.
Mushrooms grow.
And then John asks Michelle, what does she do about the dirt on the food and the dirt in this place? And she's like,
I try to clean, kinda. I try to help clean.
I mean, yeah, John, she tries to help clean. She may not actually clean, but she tries to help. Richard, I don't even know why you said this. John asks him if he goes into the kitchen right now, is it gonna be clean? And Richard's like, it should be clean. Yeah, it should be clean.
Should be clean.
Chef, I want to go back and see this kitchen.
Why not just tell the truth? You know John's gonna walk in there and find your disgusting fucking kitchen. So why lie? And then when we get into the kitchen, Chef Duffy ends up telling Kevin that you served me mushrooms with shit on them.
I mean, you just served me a mushroom on it.
Then Chef Duffy makes Kevin try the salsa that he also had, and his eyes say it all when he's trying it.
Tastes like
When he took a bite and his eyes fucking lit up, that was great. Oh boy. And then Jon Taffer asks, when was the last time this place was inspected?
When was this last inspected?
2010.
So this thing hasn't been cleaned in 3 years.
And then they just ask straight up, why don't you guys clean? And Kevin's like, oh, we do. We clean nightly.
It's a nightly thing.
You're full of Watch this clip of Kevin here. Does he seem like a dishonest man?
I clean, daily.
I believe him. He cleans daily. He also says that he deep cleaned all the fryers last night, and then they go in there and just plop out a bunch of slop onto the counter.
So these are our clean fryers that were cleaned out last night.
And then Richard says that because he knew Kevin knew his way around the kitchen, that he never thought twice about how clean the place should be. So this motherfucker's just like, I guess kitchens are always this dirty because, Kevin knows what he's doing.
Kevin knows his way around the kitchen, so never even thought twice about it.
Well, if Kevin says this place is good, Kevin says this place is good. It must be right. They walk into another part of the room. They see a whole bunch of chicken left out that's way above temperature than it should be.
Chicken should never be over 40 degrees.
They go into one freezer and immediately see mold on the floor.
Look at the mold all over the floor. Get out of here. Get out of here.
They see black mold in there, or what they suspect is black mold, and then we get like a little breakdown in the episode being like, you don't want to see black mold. If you see black mold, get the fuck out of here. That's basically what the message is.
Black mold is rare but dangerous.
And then they go into the next part of the freezer, and there's literally mushrooms growing on the walls. Like this is Last of Us or something.
Mushrooms growing in the wall. Look at this.
You don't want to be breathing that stuff in.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You really don't want to be breathing that in. There's mushrooms on their walls. Blow this building up. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the out of here. Get the out of here. This is unbelievable.
And then Jon Taffer has reached his limit. He needs to get the hell out of here.
This place is dangerous, for Christ's sake.
But I do think the spores are getting to Jon Taffer because he runs over to the bar and just starts slashing everything around.
That's freaking food.
Spilling drinks and shit all over himself and the bar. And then the next day, John has experts come in and test the entire building. And then once they know the place is safe, the staff can come back and start cleaning.
I need a cigarette.
Same. And then after all of that, John gathers everybody together again so they can have a team meeting.
I'm your wake-up call, aren't I?
Oh boy. And then John ends up asking Kevin how much does he think food costs should be. And this motherfucker has no idea.
Depends, I guess.
Yeah, great answer. That's exactly what John was looking for. What a dildo.
Your food cost is 54%, almost twice what it should be.
And now they're gonna go look behind the bar to see how good everybody cleaned up. And surprisingly, they did pretty well. They're actually okay to start training now.
You're okay with the bar. Let's go in the kitchen.
So now it's kitchen time again. They're gonna go back into the kitchen, and John has to check how they cleaned that as well.
The dirt in this kitchen is insurmountable. This mess, this is your freaking future with him.
I do feel like their kitchen was so dirty, though, that, no matter what they did, cleaning every nook and cranny, they were never gonna get it all. It was just so bad. I mean, literally, John, rubs the light, and there's just grease covering his fucking washcloth.
There's so much neglect that you couldn't even make a dent in it.
See? That's what I said. But so now we hear from James, the other cook. He seems to know a lot more what he's doing, and then the whole time in these situations, he stays in the background and lets Kevin get all the blame. That's smart.
I try to clean. I know what to do.
But so then now John gives them 3 hours to get everything cleaned and ready for the stress test tonight.
Clean your kitchen!
And then 3 hours later, Jon comes back and the kitchen is cleaned well enough that they can at least do the stress test now.
I think you train in here.
Chef Duffy ends up having a little training session with Kevin, and it goes about just as good as you'd think it would.
We're not cooked on the inside.
And then Phil blindfolds everybody, as if it's not hard enough to work here already. Let's blindfold all the bartenders and see if they could do their job now.
Finally, I can do a stress test.
Yeah, fuck, Jon's been clamoring to do a stress test. Jon says he has 150 people outside waiting to come into this bar, which sounds extremely stressful. But he also gave them each a survey to fill out online so they can judge how fast they get drinks and service here.
I got a real-time online survey tonight.
Kevin's just fucking up left and right. He's burning burgers onto the grill, he's forgetting about them, he's touching them too much. Chef Brandon Duffy's gonna lose his voice yelling at him so much.
Stop flipping them, let them cook!
And then finally, Richard is starting to see how poor Kevin is here. After the whole episode he's been defending him, now he sees he's kind of a shithead.
Dude, get that burger off there, throw it out.
And then making the drinks aren't going any better than the food is.
36 drinks behind, guys.
And then I guess Jon gave everybody also a red card, so then he ends up shouting to everybody, hold your red card up in the air if you don't have a drink, and almost everybody does.
There's all your money right there, Richard, there it is.
And then I don't know if Kevin's actually fucking up this much, or if this is one of those episodes where they just keep repeating someone yelling over and over again, but we hear him just constantly getting yelled at about the burgers.
Stop beating the out of your burgers.
Move, Kevin, this is your ass.
Stop touching the burger.
We see that get yelled like 800 times this episode. And then, god damn it, Richard tries to help out and brings out the wrong food.
Richard took the wrong food.
And then very angrily, Chef Duffy just walks out, snatches it out of his hand, and brings it back into the kitchen.
These aren't theirs.
There's now one table, though, that's been waiting for 40 minutes to get their food or drinks, and Michelle has to go into the kitchen and tell everybody, like, hello, can we hurry the fuck up?
Guys, I'm on 40-minute ticket times. Let's get it together, please.
And then we see James step up. He says he can take this order that just came in because Kevin says he can't be bothered with it. He's like, no, I got you. I could do it.
I'm not worried about it. All right, I got you.
And then now Richard gets shown the results of his poll, and 100% of the people in this bar right now say they will not come back.
100% of the people in this room will not come back.
Which I was like, okay, then fucking kick everybody out. Let's restart. Like, who gives a fuck now?
Not doing anything right.
So then the night's over now. The staff gets back together and has another team meeting about what happened tonight. And when they get together, Jon ends up asking them if they think anything was successful tonight and what it was.
I don't think we had any success at all.
And then for the second time now, Chef Duffy ends up bringing up that he does not think Kevin went to culinary school.
And I'll tell you what, I don't believe that you went to school.
And then Jon's like, you can't even cook a hamburger, man.
You don't even know how to cook a hamburger, man.
He ends up being like, I can cook a hamburger. What the fuck?
I can cook a hamburger.
It's just stressful when Chef Duffy's screaming at you. I mean, to be honest, I don't think you got one burger out tonight, so maybe you can't.
I can cook a hamburger.
And then Jon has a little sneaky scheme up his sleeve here. He ends up making Michelle the manager, or like suggests that they should do that. She ends up becoming manager, and then it's like, all right, but now as a manager, you can hire and fire people, so let's see what you do with that power. And basically is like, get rid of Kevin now. Get rid of that asshole.
I want Michelle to be promoted. I want you to give her the authority.
Kevin, you're fired.
Bye, Kevin. It was nice knowing you, dude.
You, dude.
And then Kevin ends up throwing a little fit on his way out, and Jon Taffer has the biggest smile on his face the whole time.
I had you pegged in 3 minutes.
Ew, you were pegging him? Where was I when you pegged him?
Taffer's an idiot.
This part was really funny, though. After all that, you cut back to Michelle, and she's like, thank God I don't have to see that asshole anymore. And then congratulations, James. He's been promoted to head chef now.
And they said, well, I think James should be the chef. I was like, wow.
And then the team has 1 day of training now to turn this place around. And fingers crossed they could do it.
Best way that we serve Richard is to dump this whole golf thing.
I hate to say it, but Jon's right here. The golf's not bringing in the crowd you want.
I want to do a hybrid between a coffee house and a bar.
What? Why does Jon never, like, go to the people and, like, do something with this bar that they can actually sell? What about them feels like coffee people? This motherfucker spent $40,000 on a golf simulator. Do you think he knows about coffee? It always just feels so random, the places he's like, oh, they're in a town that loves coffee. What if we made a coffee bar?
There you go.
And also, you said the golf thing was too chill. I feel like coffee's pretty chill. I mean, I know coffee hypes you up, but a coffee house seems pretty chill. More chill than a bar. But I guess maybe a coffee house bar is different.
Sounds a little bit challenging, but the outcome is going to be perfect.
But so then Jon has to sit Richard down now and sell him on the coffee house theme. But, he does that very quickly.
Your bar sucks.
And then in the kitchen, Chef Duffy is teaching James how to make sandwiches. Why do we do all these tests with Kevin to be like, and then we're selling sandwiches? Okay. I think Kevin could have made a sandwich.
That's a great looking sandwich.
And then remodel time, we get a little montage of the place being remodeled, and then Jon reveals the new bar to everybody.
See you in 36 hours.
And then 36 hours later, he reveals to them that the bar is now called Brew U in big, bold sports font that's painted white and blue. It looks pretty nice, but it is kind of empty in the space there. I feel like they could have added a little more.
Obviously, you're happy.
It is neat, though. He did get them a giant billboard as well, so that's kind of fun. And then inside, you'll never believe it. It looks like a coffee shop, /bar.
Wow.
To be honest though, the vibe inside, I feel like the golf simulator would kind of work really good here now.
I work at the cutest place ever.
They do start going into the science of the seating and blah 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 blah. It seems like a whole bunch of bullshit to me, so whatever.
If you want to sit in the soft seat, you're gonna migrate back there.
This was really fucking cool though. They have retractable extension cords from the ceiling so you can plug in your laptop and shit while you're working and then send it back to the rooftops. Fuck, I want that in my house. That's useful.
You know what, guys? I got more to show you. Let me show you the bar.
He brings them over to the bar, explains to them that he redid all the plumbing and basically everything over there because their keg was bad and all that shit, so he just replaced all of it.
Everything is new.
Hey everybody, welcome to Brew U.
And then of course with all new equipment and everything freshly painted, everything goes well for them.
Got me in the kitchen cooking.
The kitchen is doing great.
You know, I hate to say it, but it does look like Kevin was the problem.
I think my work is done. What do you think?
I think it is.
And then now 8 weeks after the relaunch, Fairways was losing $7,000 each month before, and now sales at Brew U have climbed up to $5,000 a month. And apparently Kevin continues to call Richard, and he answers none of his calls. And then now a future update. Fairways Golf and Grill / Brew U closed in December of 2014. They closed due to excessive debt, and then also their lease expired and they didn't want to renew it. And yeah, that's Fairways Golf and Grill / Brew U. I had a lot of fun watching this episode. I don't know what it was about it. It flew by when I was watching it. And by the end, I was just left to wonder what the hell happened to that golf simulator. Alright, but that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to hear me yap about some bar rescue. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts. And remember, if you're thinking about spending $40,000 on a golf simulator, maybe just play Tiger Woods instead.